Have you ever wondered about the differences between AMD and Intel chips? Well, you're not alone. These two companies, Advanced Micro Devices or AMD and Intel Corporation, are titans in the world of computer processors. Each with their own strengths and unique selling points, they've been at the forefront of the industry for decades, shaping the way we compute and interact with technology. AMD, a company founded in the late 60s, has been a constant challenger to Intel, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the realm of processing power. Known for their competitive pricing and innovative approach, they've been a favorite among gamers and tech enthusiasts alike. On the other side of the ring, we have Intel. A name synonymous with computing, Intel has been a dominant force since the early 70s. Their processors have been at the heart of millions of computers worldwide, from the humble home desktop to high-end servers and supercomputers. Intel's reputation for reliability and performance is well earned, making them a go-to choice for many. Now, you might be wondering, why does all this matter? Well, when choosing a processor, it's crucial to understand the differences between AMD and Intel. Each has its own strengths and weaknesses, and what's best for one person might not be the best for another. For instance, if you're a gamer, you might prioritize processing power and graphics performance. On the other hand, if you're into video editing or 3D rendering, you might need a chip with robust multi-threading capabilities. In the end, it's about finding the right balance between performance, price, and your specific needs. And that's where understanding the key differences between AMD and Intel can truly pay off. By delving into the nitty-gritty, you can make an informed decision and choose a processor that's tailor-made for you. So buckle up as we take a deep dive into the world of processors, exploring the histories, technical differences, and performance benchmarks of AMD and Intel. Understanding these differences can help you decide which chip might be the best fit for your needs. To fully grasp the differences, it's helpful to know a bit about their history. In the late 60s, Intel emerged as a trailblazer in the semiconductor industry, pioneering the production of microprocessors. AMD, on the other hand, came into the picture as a competitive counterpart to Intel, founded just a year later. Over the decades, these two giants have been in a constant tug-of-war, pushing each other to new frontiers of innovation. In the early days, AMD played catch-up, producing processors similar to Intel's. However, they soon broke away from this trend and started developing their own distinctive processors, challenging Intel's dominance. Intel, not one to back down, continued to innovate, resulting in a tit-for-tat game of technological leapfrog. This competitive spirit has not only driven the growth of both companies, but has also fueled the evolution of computing technology. Their rivalry has led to advancements and innovations that have shaped the tech world as we know it. Now, let's delve into the technical differences between AMD and Intel chips. When you're looking at processors, you're going to hear a lot about clock speeds, cores, threads, power consumption, and manufacturing processes. But what do these terms actually mean, and how do they influence the performance of a chip? Let's start with clock speed. This is essentially the speed at which a processor can complete a task, measured in gigahertz. It's a bit like the brain of your computer. The faster it can think, the faster it can get things done. Both AMD and Intel offer processors with high clock speeds, but it's important to remember that a higher clock speed doesn't always equate to better performance. Next, we have cores and threads. These are like the hands of your processor. The more cores and threads a chip has, the more tasks it can handle simultaneously. AMD chips generally have more cores and threads than Intel chips, which can give them an edge in multitasking and heavy workloads. Power consumption is another critical factor. A more efficient chip will consume less power and produce less heat, which can extend the lifespan of your computer. Intel chips have traditionally been more energy efficient than AMD chips, but AMD has made significant strides in this area with their recent Ryzen series. Lastly, we have the manufacturing process measured in nanometers. A smaller process means that more transistors can fit on a chip, leading to better performance and efficiency. AMD has been ahead of Intel in this area recently, with their 7-nanometer chips offering superior performance compared to Intel's 10-nanometer chips. So, how do these technical aspects affect the performance and efficiency of the chips? Well, it depends on what you're using your computer for. If you're a gamer or a video editor, You might prioritize cores and threads for multitasking. If you're a casual user, you might prioritize power efficiency to keep your electricity bills down. As you can see, the technical differences can greatly influence the performance of your computer. But which one is better for gaming or video editing? This is the question we've been leading up to, and the answer isn't as cut and dry as you might think. When it comes to gaming, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Intel chips have traditionally had a slight edge in this department thanks to higher clock speeds and better single-core performance. They've been the go-to choice for gamers who prioritize high frame rates and smooth gameplay above all else. However, AMD has been closing the gap in recent years. Their Ryzen series, for instance, offers impressive multi-core performance, which can benefit games that are designed to take advantage of multiple cores. This makes AMD chips a compelling choice for gamers who also use their PC for more demanding tasks, such as streaming or video editing. Speaking of video editing, this is a realm where AMD truly shines. Video editing software like Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects can take full advantage of the multiple cores and threads offered by AMD chips. This means faster rendering times, smoother playback, and overall better performance when dealing with high-resolution footage or complex visual effects. Intel chips, while still capable, can sometimes lag behind in these scenarios. Their strength lies in tasks that mainly utilize single-core performance, such as gaming, as we mentioned earlier. But when it comes to heavy multitasking or tasks that benefit from multi-core performance, AMD often takes the lead. But remember, the best choice for you will ultimately depend on your specific needs and budget. If you're a hardcore gamer who wants the highest frame rates possible, an Intel chip might be your best bet. On the other hand, if you're a content creator who spends a lot of time editing videos or doing 3D rendering, an AMD chip could be the better choice. So depending on your primary use, one may outperform the other. The key is to consider what you'll be using your PC for the most, and choose a chip that excels in those areas. After all, the right tool for the job can make all the difference. Price is also a crucial factor in choosing a chip. Let's delve into the cost aspect. The AMD and Intel chips, while both offering advanced capabilities, have different price tags. Typically, AMD chips tend to be more budget-friendly. They provide solid performance at a lower price, making them a popular choice among those who want to get the most bang for their buck. On the other hand, Intel chips are often slightly more expensive. However, they justify their price with their top-tier performance and advanced features, which are particularly attractive to professional users and hardcore gamers. But remember, value for money isn't just about the initial cost, it's also about the performance and longevity of the chip. So while an Intel chip may cost more upfront, it could potentially offer better value in the long run, especially for heavy-duty use. So the best chip for you could also depend on your budget. To wrap it up, we've delved into the fascinating world of AMD and Intel, two giants that have shaped the tech landscape as we know it. We've journeyed through their rich histories, explored their technical differences, and assessed their performances in gaming and video editing. We've also compared their prices, a crucial factor in any purchasing decision. Let's quickly revisit these key points. Both AMD and Intel have their unique strengths and weaknesses. Intel, with its long-standing reputation, tends to focus on high single-thread performance, making their chips a great choice for tasks that require high-speed processing. On the other hand, AMD, with its innovative approach, has made significant strides in multi-core performance, which is particularly beneficial for tasks that can be distributed across multiple cores, such as video editing or running multiple applications simultaneously. In terms of gaming, it's a close call between the two. While Intel chips often provide higher frame rates, AMD's chips, particularly their recent Ryzen series, have been closing the gap, offering competitive gaming performance at a typically lower price point. For video editing, AMD's superior multi-core performance often gives them the edge, allowing for faster rendering and smoother multitasking. However, the ultimate decision should not solely be based on performance. Price is a crucial factor to consider. AMD historically has been more cost-effective, offering similar or better performance at a lower price than Intel. But prices can fluctuate, and sometimes you may find a deal on an Intel chip that's too good to pass up. In the end, it's all about understanding your specific needs before making a purchase. Are you a passionate gamer seeking the highest frame rates, Or are you an aspiring video editor needing smooth, efficient multi-core performance? Or perhaps you're a casual user looking for a balance between performance and cost. Each chip has its unique offerings, and understanding these differences will guide you in your decision-making process. Remember, the best chip for you depends on your specific needs, budget, and the tasks you'll be using it for most.